Hello, and good afternoon to you. I just wanted to do a demo on how to apply our LimeLife by Alcone foundation and concealer. These little tips and tricks that I'm going to show you in this video are excellent tips to get the best application out of our products, okay? So let's get right into it. First, you always want to start off with a primer, and our first base primer spray is an excellent primer because you want to have a primer to apply to your face so your foundation has something to stick to. It is a perfect canvas, and you always want to apply primer because, again, even though our makeup is 50% pigmented and it sits on top of your skin, the primer is also going to allow your foundation and concealer to have long wear, and also it's just the perfect canvas, okay? So I just applied our primer spray. You see here, I have the bundle deal, our foundation and 2 concealers. So since our concealers are wax based, what I like to do is I like to sit this palette just somewhere where it can get nice and warmed up, okay? It can be anywhere. You can place it anywhere, to be quite honest. What I like to do, because I always start out with doing my eyebrows first, so I place this palette underneath my thigh, and that's gonna get it nice and warm. And when the concealer and foundation is warm, it just makes it just a little bit more easier to apply to your face rather than it being a little bit more dry. And again, anything that is wax based, you remember it always works best when it's a little warmed up, okay? So we're just gonna stay here a little bit and get nice and warm. I always do it underneath my thighs. I don't know if you apply your makeup sitting down, or sometimes I apply my makeup standing up. So right now it's currently underneath my thigh. If I was standing up, I will put it between my thighs as I'm standing up and I'm doing my eyebrows or whatever, okay? So we're gonna get that warmed up, and I'm gonna show you the 3 different applicators that you can use to apply your foundation and concealer. One is going to be our diffuser brush. This is brush number 5, and this is the small diffuser brush. We do have a larger diffuser brush that is also excellent as well. It's just a little bit bigger than this brush, and it's going to cover, of course, a bigger surface area. So this is one. The next one is our blendable sponge, and don't mind mine. Mine's a little bit dirty at the moment, but it is yellow. It is yellow. So a blenderful sponge is another way you can apply foundation and concealer. And last, the third way is your fingers. Okay, let's check on our foundation and concealer. All right, so it's a little warmed up. And you can see how it's a little bit more liquidy. I could have let it sit there a little bit longer, but that's okay. So the first way that we're going to apply our foundation is going to be with using one of our diffuser brushes. This is number 5. So we're going to go in with concealer. I'm going to do concealer first because I have nothing on my face currently. Nothing on my face. And I'm going to just use it to cover up my blemishes before I apply my foundation. So I'm going to go in with concealer number 5 right here. Go like here. Right here. And by it being warmed up a little bit, you see how it glides on more easily. It glides on just a little bit more easily. So I'm going to place that here. And one thing that I love about this brush right here, our bristles are really soft. And it applies our foundation and concealers perfect, okay? So right here is our diffuser brush. All right, so I'm gonna go right here, just cover up some of my darker spots. Bam, okay. So I'm just gonna look at my Ricky Cutie right here and just see, make sure everything is blended on out. And also, I know a lot of people may want to just wear concealer as foundation, especially during the hot months. This is a perfect technique to use right here. Is a diffuser brush if you just want to do just concealer. And again, our concealer is waterproof. And doing that, okay? So look at that with just a diffuser brush. So I'm going to go in now with a second way that you can apply our product, okay? So I got the concealer on, and I'm just going to use this blendable brush, just a blendable sponge, excuse me, to just pat it in a little bit more. So now I'm going to do foundation. So you get the sponge, and you can twist it, twist it, twist it. I normally do about 3. And then you can go right on in and just pat it on your face. Okay, so that's another way with our blendable sponge. Or the third way that you can do it is fingers. So, and also by doing it with your fingers or even doing it with the blendable sponge, that's gonna also another way to warm up your foundation and concealer also. So see here, I got it on my finger. I know a lot of people that do it with their fingers. It's just which preference you prefer to do. There's no right or wrong way, but these are just easy tips and tricks to help. But I think most of all, the biggest tip and trick is making sure your foundation is warmed up. Because when it's warmed up, look how easy it glides on. It glides on perfect. So I'm going to use the blendable sponge on 1/2 of my face and just blend it in. And you'll know what type of makeup applicator you are if you are a sponge person to blend in your foundation, or if you are a brush girl. Me, myself, I'm a brush girl. I love using our diffuser brush, and I love going in with our blendable sponge at the end to just make sure everything is blended well and together. And I'm actually going to turn on this light of my Ricky Cutie because I want to make sure that I'm blending my foundation in perfectly. And these lights on our Ricky Cutie is amazing to make sure that you are applying your foundation perfectly. All right, again, this side I'm using our blendable sponge. Okay, and look at that. Now I'm going to do this side with our diffuser brush, okay? So look at this. Gonna go above. So there we go. Ta-da! So you just saw that I did three ways of applying our product, okay? So a quick recap. When you get our foundation and concealer, warm it up a little bit, whether you want to put it between your thighs or whether you just want to use your fingers and swirl it around a little bit to get it warmed up. Now, 3 ways you can apply it. You can use our blendable sponge to go right on in and plop it on and then blend it on out with the sponge, or use our diffuser brush. This is number 5. This is our smaller diffuser brush, or you can use our larger one that covers more of a surface area. You can use that, pop, 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 blend on out, or if you're in a bit of a rush, The quickest way to get it warmed up will be by your fingertips. Warm that on up, circle it on in, pop, 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 and then you can either use your sponge or your brush and just blend it on out. And last, when you are done with your makeup and all, you want to make sure that you are using a setting spray, okay? You want to make sure you're using a setting spray. But before you do your setting spray, you want to make sure that you set your foundation and your concealer. And there's no better way to set your foundation and concealer than using our pressed translucent powder. And this is the trio that I have right here. This is it right here. It's translucent and it's perfect for all skin tones, okay? So you're just gonna get a nice fluffy brush and you're just gonna pat, 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 pat it on in. And I have oily skin, so if you have oily skin, pressing the pressed powder into your skin is best. If you have more drier skin, a light dusting is recommended. Okay, a light dusting. But again, I have oily skin, so I'm going to press this pressed powder in. And this pressed powder is going to absorb any extra oils that is on your face. So this is, the pressed powder is really good if you just want to do a concealer look. If you just want to just go out and rock our waterproof concealer, always make sure you put your pressed powder on regardless, but this is also going to help during the hotter months throughout the year, okay? So last but not least, you want to use a setting spray. A setting spray is just a hairspray for your face. Our setting sprays last up to 16 hours. We have 2 setting sprays. We have a time setter that is just for your normal types of skin. And we have this one right here, which is the oil strike. I am more of oily skin again, so I have the oil strike setting spray. So you're just going to get this and just spray over your face. What I like to do is take that fluffy brush and I like to pat it into my skin. All right. And that's basically it. So I hope you guys find these little bit of tips and tricks to apply our foundation and concealer very helpful. Have any other questions about any other products that you may not have currently to better apply your foundation and concealer with, definitely reach out to me and message me and I will help you get those products, okay? Thank you guys so much for watching and I'll see you guys next time. Bye.